Clap your hands if you already knew that quite literally Daddy Daycare was a scheme that Todd set up. I want to be the first person to tell you that Todd Tucker wants them divorce proceedings public because he wants to embarrass Kandi Burruss.
Do you at least see you and Todd being friends after the divorce? Yes. I think after a divorce, I think anybody should be able, hopefully. Don't get me started lying.
Age well.
I hope we get to be friends. Like, that'll be my goal.
It looks like Kandi has officially realized that this divorce isn't going to be as peaceful as she once hoped. While she reportedly expected a respectful split, Todd has taken a far more aggressive approach. Court filings show he's seeking primary custody of the children, child support, and long-term financial support, all while suggesting that Kandi has been largely absent due to work. That move alone forced family members and fans to stop sitting on the fence. Once Todd pushed the narrative into the public space, Kandi had no choice but to respond. The situation became even more tense when statements from Kandi's daughter surfaced, hinting at long-standing issues with Todd. At that point, it was clear the gloves were off. What started as a divorce quietly unfolding behind the scenes has now turned into a legal and emotional battle, with both sides preparing to defend their reputations, parenting roles, and financial futures.
I am up and down. And to be clear, yes, I filed Friday, but, this is something that, has been brewing for a while. So all the times you've been seeing me online like, all of that means nothing. I've been going through it, y'all. I've been going through it. Life has been lifing me, okay? Got it. Anyway,
Just days ago, Kandi filed an emergency motion that signaled she was done giving Todd the benefit of the doubt. In her filing, she claimed that since the divorce news became public, Todd had largely stepped away from financial responsibilities tied to their children. According to her, expenses like school fees, activities, medical needs, and even everyday household costs were left unpaid. At the same time, Todd's social media painted a very different picture. Frequent trips, outings, and carefully timed posts showing moments with the kids. Kandi alleges those moments were staged and brief, meant to create a record rather than reflect real involvement. The contrast between what was happening privately and what was being shared publicly became a major issue. From Kandi's perspective, Todd was building a storyline for court, while leaving her to handle the actual day-to-day responsibilities. That's when she decided legal boundaries were no longer optional.
What up, y'all? It's Daddy Daycare, and we're heading to school. How's everybody feeling this morning?
Cold.
How you feeling, Ace?
Cold.
Ace said he's cold. Blaze, what you feeling?
Just at the house hanging out.
Blaze, what we doing?
At the house hanging out.
We having fun.
I'm hungry.
You hungry? What you want, a snack?
Yeah.
We going downstairs to get snacks. Let's go.
You can pause that.
You want me to pause it?
According to Kandi, those hands-on dad posts weren't about parenting, they were about positioning. She claims Todd would spend limited time with the kids before handing them off to help, all while documenting enough footage to support his custody claims. Adding to the frustration, reports suggest Todd didn't contribute consistently to household expenses even while they were living together. That raised uncomfortable questions about how responsibilities were divided throughout the marriage. Kandi also accused Todd of deliberately disrupting her scheduled time with the children. One example involved holiday plans that had already been agreed upon and booked, only for Todd to reverse course at the last minute. With custody already being disputed, Kandi believed these moves were intentional and strategic. Rather than risk being framed as disengaged, she asked the court to step in, formalize a schedule, and reduce direct conflict between them for the children's sake.
Todd wanted to take the kids to Great Wolf Lodge. And, we're in this awkward space right now. So it was like, okay, so I guess we're both taking the kids to Great Wolf Lodge. We're both going. Great. So we did. The kids had a good time, and that's all that matters, right?
Todd responded by pushing back against efforts to limit public exposure, insisting he wasn't the one feeding information to blogs or speaking openly about the divorce. Still, the refusal to keep proceedings private raised eyebrows. At the same time, Todd made it clear he wanted final decision-making authority over the children. Then came the financial bombshell. While acknowledging he signed a prenup, Todd claimed it was done under extreme pressure without his attorney present, just hours before the wedding. That argument opened the door to challenging the agreement altogether. If successful, Candy's earnings, assets, and business empire could become part of the settlement discussion. Todd isn't just seeking child support. He's also requesting spousal support and a share of marital assets, while maintaining control of his own ventures. That shift changed the entire tone of the case, turning it from custody disputes into a high-stakes financial showdown.
Though, I'm gonna be real with y'all. For y'all women who are bosses and have all of this money and got this extra shit.
Why you saying it like that?
No, because I think, I understand the double standard, but I think you also need to understand the man that you're with, the man that you chose and you're allowed to choose you, that you can't be so mine. You know what I mean? You have to open up within reason. I'm not saying going by no niggas, no Bentleys and doing dumb shit, but you gotta invest in y'all and y'all future, and you gotta let your man feel like a man in those scenarios. Because with all the money that you have, you can end up by yourself.
As expected, Candy's family hasn't stayed silent. Her mother, who never supported the marriage, reportedly feels both validated and angry that things have escalated this far. Candy's daughter is said to be especially upset, believing Todd's actions confirm long-held concerns about his intentions. Fans have also weighed in heavily, pointing out that how someone behaves during a breakup often reveals who they've always been. Many feel Candy underestimated how hard Todd would fight and assumed he'd leave quietly. Instead, he's pushing every possible angle: emotional, financial, and legal. Supporters argue that Candy now has to stop expecting grace and prepare for strategy. Whether intentional or not, Todd's approach suggests he believes past financial dynamics should continue post-marriage. The lesson here is clear. When divorce turns combative, protecting yourself and your children means being prepared to meet force with firmness.